Guys,
What I'm good,
hey
man. How about
man,
you?
hey man, I'm good, man. I'm telling you, I'm just glad that they're having some NBA during this COVID period, man, because the games are insane. Yo,
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
first place, let's just talk about Miami. Like, I don't think anybody even expected them to be there. And to be honest, even me, I never thought Alex Bolstra was a good coach. I always thought that because LeBron was there, and he's a cerebral player, and then he called more than 50% of the shots. But now you look at it, like, what do you think, man? Like, the guys in the finals, man, they beat the Bucks.
Mr. Nectar, cousin Roy, you gotta eat your words. Eric Spoelstra,
Dreams,
he's
dreams
yeah.
are for
Dreams are for
suckers.
suckers. Yes, they are for suckers.
Dreams
Well,
are
anyway, yeah, Miami. I think they've definitely upset the form books, and anyone that was thinking that they could beat the Bucks so convincingly, man, it takes a pretty damn good team to do that.
Yeah, man, and like
So yeah,
Giannis got the MVP title. I always think the MVP title comes down to a lot of hype. Like, nobody really cares, man. Like, I mean, you don't go with the guy with the stats. Like, you see, he has the
yeah,
most these days. That, like, the year that Shaq should have won, Steve Nash won a couple of times. Kevin Garnett should have won, and then I think somebody else won. Even the year Derrick Rose won, okay, he had the highest numbers, but maybe
yeah,
Chicago won the best team. Like, ridiculous, man. Look at them. Again, they lost. Again, they lost to a non-top team.
yeah. I think it's a bit like a curse. I mean, these teams that you expect to be in the finals, Bucks is one. Bucks is the best example, and the Clippers, they are big time chokers. I
True.
expected on paper, oh, Clippers
Man,
under
finals.
Doc Rivers as well. And Doc Rivers is not like some rookie coach. He's been around for a long, long time. So you'd think that with the pieces that the Clippers have, and with a coach like that, they can go far. But Denver
It
didn't
was
think
smoke
so.
there. And there's no load management or whatever, pussyfooting around bullshit with Jamal Murray and Joker, Nikola Jokic. And look how they
They
played, man.
carried them.
Lights
They
out.
carried them.
Lights out. It's like anybody
Yeah.
watching basketball will be like, yo, this is true basketball. Look at Murray attacking the basket again and again and again and again. And so-called PG-13, oh, top five player in the league, blah blah blah, whatever crap. Man, the guy was, PG-13 seems like a mellow dude. Kawhi is another mellow dude. It's
Yep.
not gonna. It seemed like it just didn't work in the Clippers. They were so mundane. You need like some guy with an energy like Murray. Boom, lights up the team. Jokic some crazy passes. It seemed like Clippers were not inspirational. There's no inspiration there, and I really feel like it's a real slap in the face for the
Like
load
a spark plug.
management. Yeah,
Like a spark plug. And you'd think if LeBron joined the Clippers, it would be the Clippers in the finals. I feel. That's just me. Because LeBron has that, call it X factor, call it whatever you want, but he's got the experience. And I
true.
was reading the other day that I think LeBron, in the last 12 seasons, this is LeBron's 10th finals appearance. So it's very, very familiar territory for him. Can you
Eight,
imagine that?
eight in a row, 10 final appearance. Yeah, there's so much
Yeah.
experience there playing in the final games, playing playoff games.
And now, no crowd, but it's just his bench and the coaches and so on. So it's nothing new to him. The only thing new is just that because it's in Orlando, it's in the bubble, and yeah, but it's a player like him that you need. Jamal Murray and Jokic, there's only so far that they could carry the team. You could even say the same for Giannis, honestly, because outside of Giannis and maybe Chris Middleton in the Bucks, who else is a real all-star caliber kind of player? Yeah,
Totally, totally, yeah.
at least you got AD, Anthony Davis with LeBron, and then you got good supporting role players too.
I'm
So
glad
I
you
think
brought.
that,
I'm glad you brought up ED, man. I mean,
oh yeah,
when the guy was
I,
drafted and went to Pelicans, I was like, okay, whatever. And he plays
hmm,
well. I mean, whatever. Yo, I cannot. I don't know how to put into words how my perception just changed. That seeing the kind of points he's scoring now in these finals, running to the paint, 3-pointers, mid ranges, and sometimes the guys cut. I don't know if I pick and roll, they cut, and he's ready down
Yeah.
right at the rim. He passes, he dunks it. He's like doing everything. He was 13 for 14, 18 for 20. It was ridiculous. I don't want to just jump and say that he's like a great player, because I think that word's thrown around too much. But man, he is convincing me day by day right now that he's the truth. The brow, bro. He's the brow, bro.
AD is, forgive my French, the shit. Because he's a legit all-star,
the way
legit
he's
first
scoring
team.
and stuff, with the crazy angles, the kick push, and I was like, wow, he can do it.
He's
Almost can do it
versatile.
all.
Exactly. And he is your almost like a prototypical big man for NBA right now, because big men in the past always, post game, post up, do your dirty work near the hoop, and he's everywhere. He's shooting threes, like you say, right? He's got a perimeter game as well. So his versatility is so valuable, and it was something that this is where I share that I'm a Pelicans fan. When he left the Pelicans, I thought, man, we're done for. We're going to have a real hard time replacing that kind of output. I'm glad that we got Zion, but it took Zion and a few players. You can't replace an AD like that. So there's an 80 size gap, a hole that we had to fill. But what is the Lakers' gain is our loss, clearly.
Yeah, and if you watch game one in the early first quarter, second quarter, guys like Danny Green, who I expect more of, were missing shots. KCP was making a few shots here and there. Kuzma came in a little bit here and there, made the shot, but I think it's because they had a little bit of lead somewhere around there, and AD kind of like made most of the shots and all the free throws towards the end, and they kind of won with a huge margin, because it seemed like Miami, after their win, maybe they came in not really prepared. While Lakers maybe were like jacked up, yo, bro, we got to get the game, we got the W, bro. The W, bro. So it came in. So now, second game, I expected maybe more of a fight. So then they say, Bam is out. Bam had the shoulder knee, and
no big
Butler
man.
No big man. So Butler supposedly is going to be out, but they say, okay, no problem, Butler can play, but they replace him with Myers Leonard and Kelly Olynyk. Now, Kelly played well. He had 20 points. 20. Good.
He's a good role player.
Good amount of points. Kendrick Nunn, KB, he kind of filled in that role as well.
He's not a bad player.
He was okay, but no, bro. I saw the game and I was like, if Lakers nail their shots, we don't know what he has. Sorry, I think my Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle, Black Tony Black. We don't know what he has. So anyway, it seemed like when they scored their 3-pointers in the early game, in the early quarters, Danny Green nails some, KCP nails some, Cruz scored some points. Then it seemed like when they had that lead, Miami just kind of capitulated. But even though they continue fighting, they don't continue doing things. Duncan Robinson got into some foul trouble. But I felt without Bam Adebayo's presence, Kelly Olynyk filled in that role, and Lakers still beat them.
Yes, Kelly is not a Bam, and I'm stating the obvious, but Bam is surprisingly a triple-double threat. The big man can pass.
Yeah,
he's got game.
But I felt like previously Lakers weren't as strong enough to kind of win it. I thought always the underdog team, bro. They got no pressure, bro. They come out there, they just shoot, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it seemed like that. I mean, it worked. I don't know. I'm not a pundit and I can't really put into words what was planned or what strategy or whatever. But it worked, man. And it always works as long as you score your points. But the rotation of the players, okay, take LeBron out, put this guy, Marky Vane, bring Kuzma, put this guy in, and I haven't seen J.R. Smith there at all. I don't know, he's probably going to get a free ride for another 9 months. And it seemed to work because Miami seemed to miss a few shots. Later on, they started making some shots. Jimmy wasn't the usual Jimmy that right? So I guess what I wanted to ask you, like, I'm just sharing because the game of this morning anyway, like, Lakers, are they really like? Can they really push it, or do Miami? Do you feel like they still have have a chance?
My honest opinion, with Bam out, with Goran Dragic out, it's looking like a sweep for the Lakers because it almost doesn't seem like a fair fight if I'm being really honest. You're taking out 15 points, seven assists from Dragic, for example, and then Bam, 20 and 10, and maybe a block or two. So without those kind of players, then you're just letting guys like LeBron and AD feast on a depleted front court. So I think that it's an uphill battle for Miami. Butler cannot carry the team as much as I like him as a player, and I think that he's talented. And the other thing is, I think he pretty much showed his intensity in the in the matchup with T.J. Warren in the Pacers, because there's a bit of beef going on with them during regular season. So Butler was fired up there, but right now I'm not sure if we'll see that. I mean, unless someone gets in his head or tries to defend him or play him like T.J. Warren did, I don't think he can. I don't think he can get one back.
So if Bam comes back in the third game, maybe he needed a rest, whatever. Do you think he can make an impact again? Or
I think so.
Lakers, because I feel like Lakers maybe have their number.
Right now, yes. I think Bam, first time All-Star, by the way, he has that thing about him where he's obviously shown up for the playoffs. It's unfortunate that he's gone down. After game one, he had to exit, and as much as I like to say that the Heat can just call upon someone to just step in, and I just don't think Kelly's that guy. I mean, Kelly has game, but he's got his own game, and it's not Bam's. Bam's is really around the rim, block shots, pass, facilitate. That's a key word. But right now it's just an uphill battle. I think they'd be lucky to get one back, to be honest.
So looking like a sweep. I think that as long as the Lakers stay healthy, and they can probably take it. But usually these games. I mean, how often do we see a sweep in the finals? Even when Cleveland with LeBron there, they lost 4-1. They got a game. They got one game back. So like if it goes 3-0, and then usually it seems like all pro players kind of see the sigh of relief and be like, okay, we'll chill one more game. But if you know Bam and Draghi is like, Draghi is kind of bad. I don't know.
Yeah.
Butler seems tired. Can Lakers sustain it, bro? I'll be straight up, Grandma. I'm not. If you ask me, like a lot of Americans, right, because they like that underdog story, they say, "Yo, why I'm gonna win, bro? 6, bro." Miami in 6, bro. It's all like a lot of bets are going on Miami in 6. 2-0 now. How many points was it today? Was it 12 points today?
It's less than 10 points. Oh, yeah, 10 to 12. Yeah.
Today was 10 points. Game 1. The other day was 116 to 98. So that's 80.
That was a whitewash. That was not even close.
And that was with Bam in the team. So if Eric Spoelstra knows LeBron, and he does sort of find it 4 years, and he can find a formula, bro. Can you even think of any formula for Miami to kind of come back? I'm not trying to be bad with Miami fans, but you know what I'm saying.
Oh, look, I like a good underdog story as well, and as much as I like AD, I want to see Miami make a fight of it. That's why I think if they can get 1, maybe even 2 games from this series, game on. But it has to be the next 2, otherwise. It's lights out, good night. And I think Eric Spoelstra's previous experience with LeBron will help. Just out of curiosity, and I didn't look this up, was Spoelstra the coach when Miami was in their last NBA Finals, which I think was LeBron and D Wade? Because if that's the case, then Spoelstra's experience from that final series will be priceless. He knows how LeBron plays. He knows what to expect from him. Yeah. Spoelstra's been there forever.
Yeah, I don't think Miami even made the playoffs or hang on. But I could be mistaken. But anyway, as far as going to the finals, the last time LeBron.
Yeah, Wade was still playing. D Wade was or Bosch. Yeah, it was the big three, right, back then.
Yeah.
And it was very different lineups. You know, you had guys like Udonis Haslem who's still with the Heat, but
Still there. Hey, yo,
yeah.
can we talk about who does has a little bit? I know they like
Yeah.
to like give props to these, veterans in the team and
Juwan
the
Howard,
guys,
he was
veterans of the team, been there for many
Yeah.
years. But bro,
Yeah.
number one, he wasn't that great a player. He was okay.
Mm.
I mean, you wouldn't put him one of the greats. You wouldn't say he's a very, very good player. He's a good player. Okay, so if
He's not all-star material.
No,
Yeah.
also so definitely not top crop. He's definitely
No.
not maybe second team. I'll put him in third team, maybe number one. Number one in the third team. Okay, we'll give him that. So to have Udonis Haslem there 17 years and try to get inspiration for him. If you ask me, right, if I'm an NBA player and I see Udonis Haslem there trying to inspire me when I'm trying to beat LeBron James and AD, I'll tell him shut the F up, bro.
Yeah. Well, it's funny you talk about that because the other there was one other player, and I don't know Udonis Haslem that well, to be honest, but I have a feeling that he has that good locker room guy image.
Yeah.
And there was one other guy which I can think of, which was actually Shane Battier of the Houston Rockets.
Yeah, I remember he did
So,
3-point shooter as well.
Yeah, exactly. So they don't have to be the guys doing 20 and 10 every night. These can be just the guys that use their experience and their know-how, the stuff that you don't see or hear on the TV screens, but they are the ones that they're the glue guys, right?
Okay.
They keep the team together.
Fair enough, but is Udonis Haslem going to inspire them to win this NBA title?
Touche.
Gotcha.
Touche. You got me. I got humble pie. Humble pie.
So that's what I'm saying. Guys, you don't have bro, you ain't doing right, bro. You got 17 years, bro. You see, they ain't nothing, bro. You got to show that you better than them, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
that's right.
Bro, you got three rings. You got 3 rings. Robert already got 7 rings. You see us talking about it? No. So if I were a player, I'd be like, okay, bro, I respect you. Because the team respects you and the club respects you, whatever. So I respect you, bro. You're not inspiring me at all. If somebody wants to inspire me at that moment, bring a MJ, bring a Phil Jackson, bring a Scotty, bring a Muggsy Boggs, bring Allen Iverson for all the bullshit that he's done and bring Allen Iverson, bring a Tim Duncan, or
David Robinson kind of thing.
David Robinson, what's the guy who used to shoot 3 points a lot? The skinny guy who played for Charlotte and Cleveland, one of like the
Curry.
Celtics and title with Celtics and LeBron. I can't forget his name. The short ball guy, he always shooting 3 points. He scored a 3 points with Cleveland, bro. Come on, man.
That's a hard one.
That's not even a hard one. Hang on. Yeah.
Are you serious? Oh, you gotta Google this one. Oh, come on, man. I don't know. Based on your description, I don't know this one. But one with Cleveland.
I think his name was Allen something. He had an Allen in his name. He was in the 2016 championship roster. Hold up, let me just find 2016 championship roster.
Okay, I'm drawing blanks. I'm honestly drawing blanks.
He won a title with Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, Rajon Rondo in the Celtics. The guy who
Ray Allen. Yes. So yeah, he was big time veteran, good player.
You see, these are guys who come and speak to me. I'll be inspired.
Hey, but you know who else is with the Heat that's got finals experience? Iguodala.
You know what? I wanted to ask you about Iguodala also.
Iguodala.
All Cleveland fans would hate Iguodala to death because the guy was the MVP in the finals and they won the title. But I don't think he is doing as much as he did before with the Golden State Warriors. I think he has some experience playing with LeBron and all that, so he can cover some. He can do some covering, but he can do some D. He can get back on D. He can holler at some D. He can cover some because he knows LeBron, wingspan, whatever. But and before we go, I just want to ask. Everyone is saying AD is the player that complements LeBron James the most. You agree with this?
Well, they're in the finals. So that's one thing. I would say yes. And they were playing well together during the season. It's their first full season together. And I think it is. It is a good it is a good partnership because LeBron is kind of like the playmaker, whereas AD is kind of like the finisher. And he's not just a finisher, but he also can start the plays with the defensive play because AD is the rim protector, right? He's got his 2 blocks a night or whatever it is. So I think that is a good partnership. That's just me though. And LeBron hasn't had a big man like that, well, for a while, and it kind of lessens the defensive burden on LeBron too.
So because based on that, he's probably the best teammate LeBron's had because of LeBron's
I would say
size.
so.
Because Dwayne Wade and all that were pretty good at chemistry, but Wade was a guard,
Yeah.
so it's pretty fast guards if you get the ball.
Exactly.
Right?
Maybe Chris Bosh. Maybe
was-
Chris
yeah.
Bosh. That's
Chris Bosh
the
for me,
closest.
Chris Bosh for me, I would say AD is better. If you ask me between Chris Bosh and AD, right? What do you think? Between Chris Bosh and AD, who was the better team?
AD hands down.
For me, hands down.
AD hands down.
For me too.
The only thing about Chris Bosh that he has over AD is probably injury history, which is and 3, yeah. So and the thing is, AD when he was with the Pelicans, he didn't have a great injury history. He's very brittle, but with the Lakers, he's shown a bit more, shall I say, longevity and stamina.
Maybe he's picked up something from LeBron. I can't discredit these things, man. You know, LeBron's doing everything just to stay healthy at 35, running like that. You know, LeBron running to the rim, scoring. The game too was brilliant. A lot of the times he ran to the rim, he actually is making it this time. Some he didn't get the call for the foul, fair enough. But some he got the call, and I said, okay, finally, because if this finals was between Lakers and Clippers, I can just look at the amount of free throws Kawhi Leonard will be making in the finals. He'll be making 20
Exactly.
in the final or even more. Like
Ray Allen.
Ray Allen.
He was
man.
good. Yeah,
he was
man.
good. Yeah, Ray Allen was awesome, man.
One of the best in all time. But
One of the
anyway,
best.
yeah.
One of the best. If Ray Allen were there in the Miami Heat team, I'm with them. Whatever he said, I'll be inspired. Anyway, Jay,
That's right.
bro, thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
As usual,
I like the dark BLM, Black Lives Matter.
Bro, Black Lives Matters. I tell you, man. If it's any time for it now, it's right now. And
Definitely.
so just a quick thing. Monday's game. Who you think of it? Monday for us, Sunday for them. Sorry.
Sunday for them. All right. Honestly, if Bam is back for the Heat, okay, I'll big up the underdog. I think Miami will take Game 3, but if he's not back, 3-0 to the Lakers. It comes down to Bam.
Score under and over 10, 5. Let's go under and over 5.
If the Heat win, it will be less than. Yeah, I'll take less than 5 because I don't think they've got. Yeah, it'll be close, and it's actually a really good experience for the 2 rookies, Duncan Robinson and Tyler Hero, who've been amazing, very very good. Yeah.
All right, bro. Thanks for stopping by.